Hello golfers, Jess Frank coming to you from the Jess Frank Golf Academy YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me. And today I want to talk to you about slicing. So why are you slicing? What are you doing? What's the root cause of the slice? And so oftentimes I'm able to see it. I use video, I use the V1 app. I use, and I also use to kind of verify, I use TrackMan. So really cool, unbelievable technology, shows you path and face. Of course, I always go off ball flight, but this kind of verifies it for me. And what's really cool about TrackMan is that I can use it with a student and show them the changes of their path. For instance, I have somebody who swings across the ball at, minus 12, they're swinging across the ball, slicing the ball, minus 12. To change them from minus 12 to plus 3 on the path would be unbelievable. So that's something that gives people confidence. So that's why I like to using this. But, before TrackMan, before video, all the technology, what we learned to teach from was the ball flight, and looking at the ball flight and what's the ball flight doing, and then looking at the club face and understanding what the club face is doing, and then you go kind of draw the line back from there. What's the shaft doing? What's the path doing? Swing direction, and all these things that cause slices. Okay, and so how to stop slicing, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So the number one thing that causes a slice is an open face. So anytime I look at somebody who slices, the first thing I look at, I said, okay, if I hold the club up and down here, you can see the club face is kind of closed to the shaft here. That would be really close to the shaft. That's closed to the shaft. That's open to the shaft. So you can see the difference here in these three things. So if you're slicing out there, normally your club face is going to be open to the shaft, okay? So that's the first thing we look at. Sometimes it's in the grip. Sometimes you have to adjust the grip, make the grip a little stronger, maybe put it in the fingers a little bit, but sometimes the grip is fine and you're still slicing. So what's important to understand is where that face is in relationship to the, where the head is, where the face is in relationship to the shaft. The shaft is also the swing path. Very easy to understand that, okay, I'm swinging the shaft. You don't have to think about too much, is that now you have a swing path that's going around your body. So here, as I swing back, what happens is that usually people at this point have twisted the face open. They usually extend their left wrist, usually the face, so you can see how the face is laid back, okay? So the face is laid back. I have a cupped left wrist, and so that's something I look at right away. What's the club face doing at address? What's it's doing from P1 to P2, what's the club face doing, to P3 to P4, and a lot of times, so you can see how that face is on the outside of or that head's on the outside of the shaft, or if I did more of that in line, you can see the difference here. So there's a slice, and there's the face in a better spot. So a lot of that comes from where the wrists are, not all the time, but a lot of the times, and I think that's something that you will understand as you practice this. If you just extend the wrist, flatten the wrist, extend the wrist, flatten the wrist. This is the lead wrist, okay, and understand that. And the more you extend the wrist, the more this right wrist gets bent back as well. So you can see the difference in how the club face closes now. So if I'm going to hit a shot, the first thing I want to see is I want to see the ball go to the left. So if I feel the flattening of the left wrist, the club face is closed, then what's going to happen is that ball should go to the left, which it did. Started a little straight, curved to the left, so that's kind of where we want the ball to go. So if you're slicing the ball, wrist is probably extended, so you can see the difference. The face stays laid back, you cut across it, face is open, the ball's going to go usually to the right as a slice. So this is something that I find very important. I can verify it on TrackMan. I can see where the face is. But again, if you don't have TrackMan, it's okay. You can just look at the ball flight and see where it's going. And usually you're having the faces laid back. So the way I like to do this is if I hold the club up in front of me and I say, okay, there's the face. I know it's closed to the shaft. It's not open to the shaft, it's closed to the shaft. And remember, a lot of the slice begins right at setup. So when you put the club down, your face is already open. So just check that. Make sure that you're not at address and the face is already open. So from here, if I hold the club up in front of me, you can see as that face is closed to the shaft. So when I put the club down, it's going to look a little more square, but if I lift it up, it's going to be closed to the shaft. So anytime you do that, because what happens when you swing as you swing a golf club around your body, the club extends and it's going to close. So if somebody's extending, or if your arms kind of work straight and their club face doesn't close, that means it's way too open. So you should see, as a slicer, you should have a face that's closed to the shaft, and you'll be able to hit the ball to the left. That's the first thing you want to see. You want to see that ball go left. You don't worry about your path or anything like that. You just get that face closed, because if you're coming over the top and you get the face closed, so let's say I'm going to come over the top, face closed, that ball goes way to the left. So then we can work on the path, and we can work on understanding how the arms work around the spine. So once you get the face figured out first, face first, understand, get the face organized first, then you can work on the path. So now, after you get the face figured out, then you're going to go to the to how the club works around your body. So you can see here, my arms swing around my spine. Okay, they do not go straight back. They do not lift up. It does not go across. Okay, face is closed to the shaft. Face is closed to the shaft. Arms work around the spine. Now what's going to happen is that ball starts a little more right and curves back to the left. So now you have a path that's going around your body. You have a path that's going around your body. You have a face that's closed to the shaft, and now you'll be able to draw the golf ball. And so you go from slicing to drawing, or slicing to hooking, or pulling the ball, understanding that face is closed, and then from there you work on the path around your body. So these are steps that you can take to hit draws, to get rid of the slice, and to understand that your arms work in a circle around your body. So my right arm works around, my left arm works around, both arms work around. So you can see the difference in how all that works. I also, understanding where your weight is. I've done videos on, weight forward, understanding your tilting, but all that stuff is important. But you really have to understand the only thing that hits the ball is a club face. So you have to understand that if you have the face organized and you're slicing the ball, that means the face is open to the shaft. Keep it closed to the shaft. The ball will go to the left or go straight. So try that again. A little bigger swing this time. So I'm going to make sure that I don't have any cup in this, no roll, no opening the face. Okay, from here, I'm going to go ahead and hit a full shot. And that ball stayed pretty straight. So, super important way to hit draws, to understand how to play better golf. And so I always say this in the beginning too. Start with small swings. Start with controlling the shaft and the club face with small swings. Chipping, go to the chipping green. Hit pitches and chips, and understanding that, let's hit the ball solid. I can't tell you how much improvement I get from my students just hitting 20-yard shots. Understand, control the low point, control the contact, control the face. Because when you're swinging slowly, you can start to feel where your wrists are, where your hands are, where your arms are, where your weight is. Take your time with this. Don't, it's a development process. You're not going to just go into it and just smack, draws right away, with full swings. If your wrist is extended, the face is open, and you're cutting across the ball. Start small and then build up. And so within one lesson, I am getting them to swing, probably P3 to P9 and hit draws. But in the beginning part of the lesson, you have to understand of how you create your hands and arms, how the wrists work, make sure the grip is good, make sure your setup's good, all the fundamentals of, where the weight is, arms, wrists, shoulders, understanding how the arms work around in a circle. So you can see one of the secrets to the hitting a draw also is creating an arc with the hands. So the hands work in. So the hands do not work out. I see this all the time. People are told to swing straight back. So what do? They swing straight back, they open the face, and then they usually bring the club face open and in. So by here, now you can see it works on an arc, that the hands trace the arc in, club shaft goes around, and now look at where the club's coming from. A really good spot to be able to hit really good shots. So again, hopefully this video helps you. I really enjoy doing them. I do them here at the beautiful Deer Creek Golf Club here in Deerfield Beach, Florida. Beautiful day here. So again, please subscribe to my channel. Go ahead, hit the like button, leave a comment. I love teaching this game. I love helping you guys play better golf, and I'll see you soon. Have a great day.